Cause this shit is not okay. I'll make sure my screen is hiding. Make sure my screen is hiding. Mind you, I looked at this shit. That shit said 3 weeks ago, so I was definitely on that bitch for sure. I was definitely doing my research. I don't know what chapter I was on though, but.
Well, you know, they're moving like events around, so it might be like a chapter or two before that.
Okay.
Oh shit.
See, that's what. See, I remember it. I was like, because they were fighting Gerard. They were fighting Gerard and shit around this time. This is what I remember happening, because it's happening all at the same time. I hope y'all can't see my screen because I can't even really tell. And then he did this, and he still had. Oh yeah. See, because this is what I was about to. You know what I'm saying? This is what I was gonna ask. You see, he doesn't have the eyes anymore.
Oh, you think they're gonna pull up and help?
No, I was saying like, are they gonna pull up at all? That's what I was gonna say. Are they gonna pull up at all?
Yeah, I'm saying like, do you think that they're gonna pull up and help since they got since I mean, you know they also come later to deal with the same problem?
Yeah, with a particular
with the exact same problem.
Yeah, so I'm assuming. Now that he has this almighty thing, is that going? Because they're gonna like, fuck. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna put this in the shit. They're gonna have his. Okay, so I'm pretty sure Uryu's dad's gonna help him. It has to be. I'm pretty sure. Matter of fact, I know for a fact that he's gonna have to, because there's no way Uryu is gonna be able to beat this new form. Because I remember exactly, like, I remember that when he woke up, the eyes were taken away. So he had to use his, the power of justice looking ass or whatever. He had to use that shit. Bada bing, we're going to skip all that. You know what I'm saying? Peek. I wonder if we're going to see that next episode.
Yeah, but I'm saying at some time, you obviously took it, right? Pause.
The arrow?
No, the
Almighty. The Almighty? Yes, he did. But I remember for a fact he took it before he woke up. That's what I'm saying, because that's how it worked. From my understanding. Because he lost it and then he had to use his power to beat Uryu, and then obviously.
You see, they were fighting at the same time already.
Yeah, but he doesn't remember. Look, hold on, let me go back. He doesn't have his eyes anymore when they're fighting. He doesn't have the Almighty anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like him waking up is just like his awakening. So like when he fights Ichibe, he says the same thing. This is what I mean. Like we could probably talk about it now if you want to. Like what I think is going on.
That shit was crazy. Like that's like, I know he was gonna do new shit. I didn't know. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting him to have the Almighty and then Ywach still also having the Almighty. Like, oh damn.
You got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, that was because I feel like, I don't know if this fundamentally changes the ending, because if at most it just changes where people are at.
I don't think it changes at all, but
yeah, but it definitely changes where people are going to be at though. Because I'm gonna be honest, this like the way that it was in the manga, it made sense how Uryu was able to still beat him, but now that he has the Almighty, like what is he gonna actually do to that?
I had to read through all this for my like Ichigo video. I remember this.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where. Yeah, see, yeah, I remember this. He had the balance. He brought out the sword and shit, and then, you know, obviously the antithesis, all that shit. I was trying to say, but now he doesn't need this anymore, because now he actually has the full shits. So like this, it's gonna change this ending.
I think he's still gonna get it taken away from him.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because we only seen like the beginning of the fight where Ichigo runs up on Ywach. He's still technically not fully awakened yet.
So you think they gave him that power? Okay, so here's what I'm thinking.
I think Ywach is still asleep. Yeah, because you remember.
So he's like sleepwalking on this nigga basically.
Yeah, he's sleeping. Because you remember, they're not the first people to go up to Ywach.
Yeah.
The Bambis go up to Ywach to fight him, and they are laid out on the ground.
Yeah, they get their ass maxed out.
Knocked out. Right. So he's awake technically, but his eyes are closed. Damn, I remember that panel.
Yeah, that's a cold panel. Y'all can't see none of this. But this is what I was like. I'm like, okay, so this happened, right? Bada bing. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Okay, no, yeah, so you're right. It definitely was cutting through a lot of this shit. Ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay. You want me to say what I think is going on? Because I don't think it has anything to do with what happens in the ending.
Before you say that, though, because, like, you know, you see this, right?
Yeah, spoiler warning.
Yeah, there might be some spoilers, but this is what I remember. And then this is, yeah, so that's why I feel like after, how is he gonna handle? Okay, you go say what you're gonna say.
Okay, yeah. So I think number one, everybody be eating oats in this goddamn show. And number two, yeah, I was actually gonna mention that panel that you just went away from.
Which one? This one?
Yeah. So you remember that flashback to Ywach, like, and Jugo. I think Jugrim can give himself the Almighty, and I know that sounds crazy, but if you think about it, it makes a lot more sense. Because you remember, like, in this scene,
like the full Almighty, like the whole thing.
You see, he had all three eyes.
Yeah, but he didn't activate the little. Yeah, like, bro, what was? Hold on, what? It was like a little. Like, what was this? Hold on, this was like a. Because he already has it here, obviously, but then this changed from the red to blue. So this is like his own version of the Almighty. Is what you?
It's just that's the color of his eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this would be his version, because when it's red, it's Ywach's. That's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, but not that it's Ywach's when it's red. I mean, even when Ichigo like goes like through Irazu Sando, when Ichibe puts him on there, and he has to wield the power of the king like as a vessel for the Soul King, he has a multiple of his own eyes. So I don't think there's a different versions of like the Soul King's Reiatsu. I think that their eyes just reflect whatever power they have.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think there's like two different Almighties or something, and this is just his version of it.
So it's like, so you're saying it's like a, because even still, it's still like it's a copied version of this.
I think it's the same Almighty. I think it's the Soul King's Reiatsu. I think he really has it.
Okay.
And I think
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So it's just past. Yeah, it's just in a, since he's a different host. It's just.
I think he can give himself the Almighty because Ywach innately has the right to the Almighty, and I'll say what I mean by that. Like, so you remember when Ywach? This is what I mean when he was asleep. When he was fighting Ichibe, he also said that he was asleep while he was fighting Ichibe. He said his eyes were closed, and that's because he didn't fully awaken the Almighty yet, right?
Yeah, I remember. Yes,
I think the same thing is happening here. You see, even like the eyes aren't even on him. Like he's just like.
You're right. He is asleep.
Yeah, he's fighting him.
Okay,
yeah,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah. So he's him himself is not fighting because he's not awake, but
yeah.
Okay, so it's like consciously fighting for him. And you're saying,
and you remember the episode before he was still sleeping. He had a dream where Ichigo killed him.
Yeah, that's because that's the vision, of the yeah.
But I think even if like Ywach had the Almighty, I think if he didn't take it away fully, that Jugrim could still have the Almighty because he can give it to himself. Like Ywach can take the Soul King's power for himself. He can take the other Quincy's powers. But since Jugrim in that flashback, Ywach said is this other part, is this other half. Ywach can take things, and Jugrim can give powers to others. That's what Ywach says to Basby, I think, when he talks to Basby about it.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. You're actually spitting. Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah. So he tells Basby, that Ywach can take away things. That's what he does. Jugrim gives things to people.
So that, and including himself.
So if Ywach is the father of all Quincy's and he has the Almighty, and Jugrim as his right hand man is the only other Quincy that's allowed to possess the Almighty. If Ywach can take the Almighty, then Jugrim can give the Almighty. That makes sense, right?
To himself.
Right.
Because he's a Quincy.
That's what I'm saying. So,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
which
okay.
makes a lot. Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. But this is the only thing though, because I'm like, okay, obviously yes, that makes sense. But then what the fuck is this? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I think he really has the Almighty. I think he really has the Almighty here, and he's like giving it to himself.
That's broken as shit.
What I was originally gonna say was more broken. I was originally gonna say maybe the balance is so broken that if he were in such unfortunate circumstances where he didn't have the Almighty, he could cause himself to have the Almighty.
That is fucking broken as shit. But I can see that happening though. That's the crazy part. I could actually see that. I don't know if that's how it necessarily works, but I'm not gonna. Yeah.
I don't think he can choose the fortune that befalls him.
Obviously,
I think he can just enact the force of like good fortune upon him whenever he's in that situation to balance things out. I don't really think he can cause himself to have the Almighty.
Yeah, because that'd be a little too broken.
Unless he was able to give things like in his nature as a Quincy. So that's what I think. I think he just has the power to give things to people, so he can give himself the Almighty.
So he tilt the balance to give him a fucking literally OP power. Basically,
that'd be fucking crazy. I think no, I don't think it's through the balance anymore. I was like, I don't think he can cause specific things like the Almighty with the balance.
I'm just saying based on that though, like, you know, if he can be able to just literally nudge fate toward a point where he can literally just plot armor his own self in the fight. We got it. Well, that'd be insane.
Ywach and Ichigo do the same thing to a crazier degree.
That is true.
They actually do something worse. They just break time and fate.
That is true. They do just do it just cause. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Ywach's definitely still asleep, obviously. So instead of just having the eyes, he can possess the whole thing just flat out. So
yeah, he can just give himself the true Almighty.
The whole true Almighty. So how the fuck is Uryu going to beat him now? Because at least with the I guess we're gonna call this version 1 form. I guess with just the eyes, he still had been able to, based off the antithesis. He basically had a loophole to be able to counter this. Now that he has the true Almighty, then it's like, what the fuck going on? No Noti.
And it makes sense like that he's like Ywach's right hand man, because he's blonde Ywach. He can basically just do everything that Ywach does. Yeah, like Ywach gives powers. Jugrim can give. Well, Ywach gives shrifts, but you know what I mean. Like Ywach can give stuff or take stuff away that originally belonged to him. Jugrim can do the same thing. Ywach says that he can give powers to other people.
Yeah. Okay. So my thing is this, right? So what instead of right? He like they don't even like finish their little ordeal. What if that part is just like he just fully like his whole body like not just like the Almighty, his whole body just teleports, or they like fuse or something. Wait, what if they fuse together? Because you said this is basically the Almighty. This is like a, but it's not a copy. Okay, this ain't a copy though. So wait, hold on. I don't know if that would work. Because I'm thinking of like if they fused each other. That wouldn't make sense. Never mind. I'm stupid. Anyway,